Hey guys, Bannon here. This is a little short internal probably video I'm making today to try to get some things cleared up on some uh, uh, ways of doing certain things, how I make those posters. And I'm going to go over how I want driving instructions done if I have the authority to do that. I don't really care if I do or don't. This is my strongest suggestion, and this is what I've noticed because we take wrong turns all the time. Um, So going over this real quick from the top down, um, if you can see my mouse, if we're going northeast this way, first of all, how we use the train, if we're in a vehicle, excuse me, if we're in a vehicle, the passenger is supposed to be the person navigating. If the guy, as you know, if you don't know the mechanics, if the driver has to get his map out, he can't drive and do that. Physically, he cannot. The gas pedal comes off when he looks at his map. So, as trained, the passenger is supposed to be the person navving. We probably shouldn't make it the SLs or the team leads to be doing this because if they're doing radio stuff, that can get cluttered. But if we can, team leads for the passengers fine or drivers fine too, or even the SL driving. But just whoever's studying the map, if you can juggle radio and map and telling him do that. But I find it to be a little congested on the comms. Anyway, so if we're going, now here's what I want the advice is like I want a warning and then an execution notice or alarm. So as we're going through here, he's going to say, not yet, not head straight, head straight. He's going to give you basically instruction to go straight, go straight. And then he's like, okay, I want a warning. So, okay, a left is coming up. And then as you get there, I want to say, turn left now, dirt road. And then we turn left. I know this sounds very simple, but our lingo is getting a little. Here's what usually happens: it's like go down this road for 5 miles, take a right on the after the church, and this big story. So the driver, hearing all these comms, has got to listen to your story, hope it doesn't get interrupted by comms of other people, and then he has to navigate in his mind where that is and how far along in time that is. I know that sounds like an easy task, but when you've got a truckload of fucking yahoos talking, yeah, we can comms black them, but even the comms on the radio can mess that up. So all I'm saying is short warnings and short stories, not long stories. I want one little keep straight, keep straight. I don't care if you're even going through here. Take a right. That's at the fork of the road. If the road is kind of going already right, still say right. Just make it crystal clear for some of the person driving because I have been in ops where we come. This is more of a right, but where there's an actual fork in the road, and the person will say straight. Um, so just crystal clear, a warning before, and then the actual turn left here right now. Okay, that's that one. All right, here's the other one. This is how I make these posters that I find kind of fun and everybody likes them, I believe. First of all, if you're going to write something and you want to create something, my suggestion is to think. A lot of people just get a pen and paper out and then they think they're supposed to think then. No, that's when you have something to say. So if you're not used to writing or being creative, which is pretty unique but in itself, but if you aren't, just know that writing is thinking first. All right, I go to ChatGPT. Um, if you don't know what ChatGPT is and you're younger than me, I'm sorry. I suggest signing into it through your Google account. That way it can remember stuff and you can go back through old questions and stuff. Okay, before I start, 3 things that people do wrong, I think, for the most part, with AI in my experience. Okay, first of all, AI is not going to take your job. People who know how to use it are. If you have a data input or some sort, you need to start working with this ASAP. If you wrote something and you want to make sure it's got good grammar, we've been so conditioned for Google and everybody else as the main search engines that we don't even know what a crystal clear search engine even looks like. the first 5 options. We're just used to editing and policing ourselves. The first 5 options on a Google search are just bullshit ads. They're in court for this shit right now. Anyway, so I, I don't suggest you use ChatGPT for the browser, but if you want to know something, you have to verify it also, but this is the best way to do it. So if you're working on a paper and you want to run your grammar, copy and paste and put it in here, it talks just like a human. It's aggregated data that has been spun up into what they call AI. It's not full thinking yet. It's basically just an algorithm basically we've downloaded the fucking internet into an algorithm and it spits this shit out, and it's really, really pretty tight for this grandfather age of AI. Now, the three things. The three things that people, or two things, I don't know if I can remember all 3 from my experience. The first thing that people get wrong about AI is they don't trust it. They think that by participating with it, they're going to be on some sort of list. I'm sorry, you're just not that special. And unless you're doing some crazy shit in your basement that we don't want to know about, like, you're fucking paranoid. All right. 2, because if you got a Google account, you're done anyway. All right. So, 2, most people that are immature about AI think the first thing to do, well, I'm smarter than it. My job is to see how smart it is, and I'm going to try to trick it and prove. Let's just try to trip it up. You can do that. It's very easy, but you're missing the entire point of the technology. It's like walking up to a shovel and be like, I bet you I can dig better, or something with my hands. Anyway, okay, so here's what I do. It's very simple. I want an image. Like a poster in World War II poster. So it looks a little vintage. You just describe exactly what you want to see. That's all you have to do. This is a huge, powerful tool that you have at your fingertips. If you're not using this on a daily basis, you are not awake to the zeitgeist of technology right now. I want an image like a World War II poster where there's soldiers snacking around a campfire with the words, know your team, build relationships, brotherhood, build brotherhood. I'll put say that because that's important. All right, so that right there is pretty simple. Let's just see what it generates. Sometimes it'll give you a prompt here, and just treat it as if you're talking to someone real. All right, that sounds awesome. I create it for you. Before I do, would you prefer style be more realistic, more interesting? Okay. Illustrated, which means like cartoony, but serious. All right, that's all I suggested. Illustrated but serious, right? And it says that there's people using it right now, but that's all I do to do these things. I seriously just type in like a half paragraph and I have an image. People are in here thinking I'm on Paint and designing and drawing this shit on a pad or something. No. All right. When it's done, I'll make another video. Sometimes it takes 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes 10, depending on the servers, I guess. All right. All right. I'm back. I was doing something else while that cooked. There you go. And I just copy and paste it. Pretty simple. Hope you learned something.